Good morning, everyone. Just doing a short video to update you on what volunteering matters is during the COVID-19 outbreak. It's been a busy couple of weeks for the sector, there's no question about that. We've been as proactive as we can from the start. We took action early on to ensure our staff, volunteers, and the people we support are safe. We've been providing guidance and support on a daily basis as what is quite a rapid changing situation unfolds, with UK government advice now coming out on a daily basis, some of which is completely different from each day before. And that's been a huge logistical challenge, as we've got just over 100 projects scattered throughout the UK with different types of risks and circumstances. And we've made great efforts to ensure that we keep as much of our programmes running as possible, but in a safe way. In some cases, we have had to take steps to close them where they're considered too high risk, such as our RSVP programmes, which are programmes led by volunteers, predominantly over the age of 60 in group settings. And clearly at the moment, that's not something that we could continue with. We're hugely grateful to our funders. The vast majority of them have been incredibly flexible and effectively continue to fund us in light of all of these different changing circumstances. So a massive thanks to all the people that have helped us through that period. On a personal level, I've been collaborating with a number of CEOs from other organisations, including NCVO, the Emergency Partnership, which is led by NAVCA, British Red Cross and others. Small Charities Coalition, Institute of Fundraising. I could go on. There's a long list of CEOs that have worked together. And what we're trying to do is respond forward as a sector rather than our individual charities. And that's allowed us to move a number of things on in mobilising the response and ensuring that those of us that are in national organisations are linked in with the local organisations via NAVCA, and that what we're doing is supportive, because all of these responses need to be community-led. I've also been involved in the Everyday Counts campaign that NCVO have led on, and that's particularly important to us because we face a situation where we're going to lose quite a bit of revenue through our trading income, through our some of the programmes that are paid by the volumes in which they're delivered on. And whilst the worker retention scheme that the Chancellor announced on Friday could secure the future of the charity, because I can effectively then keep people on the payroll and stop them working, it doesn't actually help with this crisis. If I use this scheme, effectively it helps secure the future of volunteering matters, but I have to withdraw much of the support that we're currently providing in leading through this crisis. Because we won't have the resource to do it. And as an organisation with volunteering experience stretching 60 years in multiple communities throughout the UK, I know we're needed more than ever. So I would continue to join the call for government to look at a deal and a package of measures that's specific to the sector's challenges. And those challenges are the fact that we're facing lost income and an increased demand of resource at a time when they need us most. It's a very different circumstance from your hotels and your pubs that are shutting, and therefore this is about protecting jobs with people that aren't working. So please, I would ask government to have a look at this and work with us on a package that's really going to work for the sector so we can help you respond to this crisis. In terms of the team itself, I've been incredibly proud of the work they've done to date. The volunteering has continued whilst assessing all of the risks, and that's meant that at pace we've been able to completely change the programmes that we operate. You take the programmes in Milton Keynes, we've got volunteers who traditionally have been running driving schemes to take isolated older people to social events. They're now reversing that and using those driving volunteers to mobilise supplies and food and other things that those isolated older people now need, whilst following social distance rules. In Suffolk, we've got a project called EU Voice, which is volunteers across cultural sector that aren't originally from the UK, and together they speak over 20 languages. They can't volunteer in those cultural settings anymore, so they're now providing a translation service to ensure that the coronavirus guidance is translated quickly and can be disseminated amongst communities in the area where English is not their first language. I picked 2, but I could give you those examples across 80 of our programs that we've re-engineered literally in a matter of days. We want to ensure that innovation and thinking and practice that we have around volunteering and safety can be used by others. And therefore, I want to talk a little bit about how we are using the extra resource that's freed up from the programs that have shut to respond to the efforts that government needs. Firstly, we're looking at how we can support a lot of these sorts of informal community groups through NAVCO and the network and others by providing guidance on how they stay safe when volunteering and how they can simply assess the risks, as well as the sort of structures they might need to put in place informally to ensure that all of this happens in a group. They stay safe, the people they're trying to support stay safe, and the community action that they're taking part in is done in a way that's definitely helping the situation and not causing more undue risks. We'll also be looking at providing some basics around safeguarding and spotting the signs if someone is in a difficult situation, might be subjected to abuse, and where to go if you spot something like that when you're being neighbourly and you're seeing things in the community. We've also launched a campaign and appeal to businesses, which we've had over 50 respond already, to be able to draw in skills that are now home working and have extra time to be able to be deployed to the response in the sector. And there's going to be an appeal going out today to the sector in order to find more detail on what those needs are, so we can do that match between the private sector and the third sector as we all start to mobilise around this huge effort that's required. And then finally, we've been trying to work out where we can help lead on the coronavirus response in local areas. Areas such as Newport, for example, we've been central to the mobilisation of the response to coronavirus. In other areas like Hackney and Southend, we've joined up with others that are leading on the efforts to ensure our expertise can be provided locally on the ground. This is going to take an almighty effort for us all to work together. There are huge challenges ahead, but I'm incredibly proud of what the staff and volunteer team have done so far. I hope we can all get through this together as safely as we can, but also respond to the needs in front of us and show that neighbourliness, the power of volunteering through this crisis. And I'm so pleased to see my team playing such a strong role in that. Thank you so much. More updates to come as this unfolds. I'll speak to you all soon. Stay safe.